Hi, this is TK.
And I'm Tony.
And today we're going to talk to you about one of my favorite shows of 2024, True Detective Night Country. So, True Detective is a series that started on HBO, now known as Max.
Right.
Right. Is it known as Max or is it two separate things?
It is known as Max.
Okay, I thought there was an HBO and then I thought there was a Max. I lost track. But anyway, so True Detective has been a series that started on HBO over 10 years ago. The first installment, and I think they've had 4, so this is season 5? Yeah.
I think this is 4, actually.
Okay, so
Season 1 was notorious, got a lot of coverage, interesting concepts, that kind of thing. 2 and 3, not so much. 4 is a return to a better overall season.
Okay, I'm glad you think so. So, like he said, season 1, starring Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. Hey. Is that how he says it?
All right.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Right. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I'm thinking about JJ on Good Times. All right, Mr. Matthew McConaughey. It got a lot of press, got a lot of buzz. I think it got some Emmys. I can't remember. But in these past installments, they've been pretty much testosterone driven. So season 4's installment of True Detective Night Country stars Jodie Foster and Kaylee Reese, who I didn't know a lot about, but apparently she is she's a newcomer to acting, even though I've seen her in one other role when I start researching her. But she's apparently a boxer?
UFC fighter?
A UFC fighter or something like that. Big girl. Beautiful though. So those two ladies head up this installment of Night Country. So the premise is it takes place in Alaska during it's like, I guess it's whole 30 days of night period.
Right.
Yeah.
No sunlight for a long extended
no
period.
Sunlight. As a matter of fact, this movie is giving a lot of that movie 30 Days a Night, if you remember that thriller about vampires, because it's set in Alaska and during 30 Days a Night. It's also giving The Thing.
Oh, The Thing hard.
Hard.
If you're a Thing fan, you're going to love this show.
Yeah, there's a few homages to that movie.
Homages.
Many of them. So another big change in this installment is the fact that they just went all out, arguably, just all out supernatural on this one. While the first 3 seasons kind of hinted at mysticism, at least. I don't even want to call it like supernatural. It was like more mysticism, which it falls under the genre of supernatural, I guess. This one just all out embraces it to a certain extent.
Right.
Okay?
That's the key point.
Yeah, that's the key point.
I think in my opinion anyway, that all of the seasons have dabbled in supposed supernatural events, but kind of tap danced and tippy-toed around it to the point where it eventually comes out to have a earth-based normal resolution. Mm-hmm. So
we don't want to give too much away because
right.
This is a spoiler-free review of Night Country. So, as we both said, it kind of dabbled. But this one feels, I guess it's safe to say, it feels more like a horror series, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what caught my attention because I never really paid... I never even watched the other 3, even though in anticipation of this one, I did go back and I watched all the episodes in season 1 and started watching season 2, but I wasn't really interested before. But this premise got me. And speaking of the premise is it takes place during the whole period in Alaska when there's nighttime, like for 30 or more days or, 15 or more days.
Yeah.
Because I think it takes place the first 15 days a night in Alaska,
and
right?
They enumerate the days as they go through the plot, that type of thing.
Right, and so the premise is that there are about 6 scientists in a research facility on the ice out there. I forget the name of the town, which I hate because it's important. But it's got Aborigines.
Let's call them Native Americans. Although I guess that's too up the continent to call them Native Americans, but they are.
But yeah, is that true geographically?
Yeah.
The plot revolves around scientists in this research facility called Salal. right? They're doing something on the ice. They have this big state-of-the-art facility until the scientists end up dead. And I don't think we're giving too much away because I think you see their frozen bodies during the commercials or the previews for Night Country. So, and so it's a mystery.
With to be honest, kind of a MacGuffin with that plot, but I often get into these
You're
shows.
giving too much away.
No, I'm not.
What's a MacGuffin?
A MacGuffin is a thing that drives the plot, but ultimately proves that it's not essential to the plot.
But I thought it was a MacGuffin was physically an item, a thing.
It can be, but it's not necessarily.
Always. Okay, all right. Semantics aside, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I often get into these detective-esque series and find out that I'm more interested in the MacGuffin than what's going on in the plot itself, but that's just me. I'm not saying it was disappointing. I'm just saying that it's not what I initially thought it was.
Right. And I think that's the point of the story again, keeping it as spoiler-free as possible, because I think you said too much already. That is the driving plot line of Death of These Scientists. It starts out as a murder mystery, right? They died in a horrific way, frozen in fear. The fear is frozen on their faces, and the special effects were really good as far as like you see early on the first couple of episodes or whatever. Like I said, it's giving a lot of the thing.
Right. I was watching that. I was thinking that looks like something Rob Bottin created back in '82 for The Thing. This big clump of frozen men all stuck together. It goes, very much in keeping with The Thing.
Okay, so it's heavy on the horror, which is why I got into it, because I'm usually not a big fan of, number one, horror series. I don't like my horror serialized, with a few exceptions. And I don't like murder mysteries. But this kept my interest because, number one, it was a female-led cast. For the most part, it focused on two strong female characters. The characters were interesting. It's beautifully shot. You'll see that from the very first shot of the very first episode, with the snow and the weather and the coldness almost being a character in and of itself within the plot.
Yeah, you can almost feel it through the TV.
Yeah, and the music is moody and great. It's got some Billie Eilish in there and some other folks, but even the opening credits, which True Detective is known for its opening credit sequence. Apparently a lot of time goes into that, but this one added to the creep factor. The opening sequence reminded me a lot, without getting too far off track, the closing sequence of 30 Days a Night, which I think could be a movie in and of itself. I've always just adored the closing credits of that movie, and the movie itself, because it's a good movie. Again, lots of elements here that shares with 30 Days a Night. So there's these two detectives, of course, because it's True Detective, being played by Reese and Foster. There is some ambiguity surrounding how they know each other. There's apparently a shared event that they had as detectives in the past that's kind of hinted around, but eventually you see it, played out. Want to say that the series started January 14th, and we just watched the season finale of it. So I wanted to kind of watch it all the way through to see if it kept the same energy, which, lucky for me, pleasantly, it did. So it's there if you want to see it. And instead of patiently waiting for an episode to drop every week like I was, not so patiently, you can see it. All the episodes have dropped. The entire thing on HBO, or Max as it's called now. So that's the plot. There's some other supporting characters that are equally interesting. Some of the town people, I like them a lot. Specifically the lady named Rose, who they think her backstory, some of the theories out there among the fans of the show, this installment, and True Detective, the series within itself. If you look closely, there's arguably some Easter eggs and a tie back to some of the characters, or one character in particular, in season 1. And Rose, they think this character, one of my favorites in the show, ties back to that. So, yeah. So, you want to say anything more about the setup, the plot? Did I cover most of it?
You did an excellent job of covering it. It's basically the story of these two ladies that investigate these guys perishing, frozen to death in a ball.
Horrific stuff.
So yeah, it's horrific stuff. So I like the tension, the drama, the plot. Overall, I think it was a great season.
It was a great season, and the performances. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this. As you can probably see, I was more excited, a bigger fan of this installment than he was, but I kind of got him into it. And, it's a mystery. It's a very good mystery, very well written. The performances are great. I enjoyed all the characters, good or bad. And they're very fleshed out, I believe. And I believe that at the end, one of my concerns was that it wouldn't keep the same energy, because, again, one of the only reasons why I was even interested in the season is because of the female-driven plot, but specifically the horror elements that it seemed to embrace. And I think that when all's said and done, and when you see how the everything wraps up, I think it kept the same energy, but it's kind of hard to discuss it more in detail. So I'm kind of toeing that line because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, we're tippy-toeing around any major spoilers.
Right. So if you get a chance, please check out True Detective Night Country on Max. Be sure to like and subscribe, because we're trying to get our audience up, and our viewership.
Subscribers up. Come on,
subscribers,
people.
Yeah. We got 40 little subscribers now. We can do better than that.
Yeah.